So everybody, let's take a look at my client's root formula for the front of her head. We're going to be covering her gray using red tin color fusion. So what do we like to do first? We're going to use 1 ounce of 6R and 1/2 ounce of 6OR. What I instruct my colorist to do is to first mix the developer into the bottle. So because color fusion is mixed with equal parts developer, and we're using 1.5 ounces of color, we're going to use 1 1/2 ounces of 20 volume peroxide. So Gion's pouring that into the bottle. You'll notice this is a Matrix number 3 top applicator bottle. It is my favorite bottle in the world. I really believe that the best way to get gray coverage is to use a bottle rather than a bowl and brush, and we'll talk about that more. Now that Gian has added the developer to the bottle, he's now going to add the color. So he's going to pour in the 1/2 ounce, the 1 ounce 6R.
Okay. All right.
There you go. Just do it like that. I find that when you add the color to the bottle on top of the developer, you mix it better. Now, before we add the second shade, Gian, if you give me the top, one of the tops. If you mix the color a little bit before you add the second shade, we're intermixing 2 shades here. So I'm going to blend one of the shades into the developer. Now when we blend the next shade in, you're going to get a better mix because things are going to be mixed separately, not all at once. So Gion's now adding the rest of the color fusion. So again, our formula is 1 ounce of 6R and 1/2 ounce of 6OR with 1.5 ounces of 20 volume developer or peroxide. This is for the front of our client's head. Now, if you really want to be a purist and do the very best job, you might realize that when you shake the bottle, a little bit of color goes up in the nozzle. So the nozzle is already dirty. So what I do is ask my staff to mix the color thoroughly and then give me a clean applicator top. So Gion's going to give me a clean top. We'll wash this one. Now you have perfectly mixed color. Just like if you're baking a cake, you got to make sure that the eggs and the sugar are mixed together thoroughly or you don't make a great cake. So this is how we make a great cake at Minardi Salon when we're going to retouch gray hair. So now I'm going to start my client's regrowth. So because I work with a wonderful assistant, when I cover gray hair, you see that I'm taking 1/8 of an inch sections, not 1/4 of an inch. I'm doing a retouch the way we learned to do a bleach retouch in beauty school. 1/8 of an inch sections. I apply with the Matrix number 3 applicator tip, and Gion's not exactly brushing, he's tapping the color so that my client experiences 100% gray coverage because every single hair on this head is covered both sides. Tiny sections will assure you of having perfect gray coverage. If you're not working with an assistant, you'll apply the color as I am now, and then you'll go back with the brush separately and brush it into the hair. And that's the way we get perfect gray coverage every single time.